Put something more? Yeah, alright. Stupid birds! That's why I wish I could get the birds off that tape. It's the Gaming Galleon. Thank you for joining us. I'm Captain Reyes. We have another adventure out there in the Silicon Seas to check out, and I am very happy that you were nice enough to join us. We've got a lot going on this voyage. We'll be kicking off a bit of the Halloween season here with a spooky game that I like to call... Where is it? I don't know what happened to it. It was here. Now it's gone. It's Maximo, Army of Zin for the PlayStation 2. I'll try and track it down for you at some point here. It's a one-man show, so it's very hard for me to track things down if they're not in their position. And I was too sloppy to go through everything, so we'll see what else I forget in the next hour. This is an hour-long show. What else are we going to do? We're going to do Maximo. We're going to dig into the chest. Very excited about this chest. This is the kind of chest that you never see and will probably never see again. It's that crazy of a lot. So stay tuned for that. We'll hit that around the bottom of the hour. Then we'll go back to Maximo for a little bit more. And then finally, we'll wrap up our voyage out to Gallows Gorge by digging into the bag that tells no tales, where you, the crew, send a question over to me, the captain, and try to put me on the spot. So we're very excited. Thank you for joining us. It's creepy out there. There is a fog that is settling around the ship as we speak. Most of the guards have been posted at all of the gangplank areas and also the cannon portholes. We just want to make sure that nothing, gets out of control or gets onto the ship while we do our adventure here in Gallows Gorge. It's kind of creepy. Maximo Army is in for the PlayStation 2, in my opinion, is kind of a redheaded stepchild of Capcom games. It was made. I can't believe I don't have the box. I had it around here somewhere. It's down here, is it? It was basically made in a time when all the big companies were trying to make a successful 3D game. And Capcom made this game about a guy with a sword and a shield who basically is taking out undead warriors and ghosts and whatnot. And if he gets hurt enough, his armor falls off and he's running around in boxer shorts. Does this sound familiar? Well, if you're a retro gamer, you'd probably say, yeah, it sounds a lot like Ghosts and Goblins for the arcade, for the Nintendo Entertainment System, for the Sega Genesis, and for the Super Nintendo, which is about the same premise. It's about a guy named Arthur who's trying to save his girlfriend, who's a princess, and she's been kidnapped by Lucifer, and so along the way, he's fighting ghosts and goblins and anything under the sun, and if he gets hit too many times, he gets his armor knocked off. The only difference between ghosts and goblins, which is arguably Capcom's most well-known arcade game prior to Street Fighter II, and Maximo, the only difference is Maximo is made in 3D. And I think a lot of people to this day give Maximo a bad rap, probably because that was the only reason it was made. It was basically made to capitalize on what Ghosts and Goblins couldn't do, which was be 3D. Is it a good game? Yeah, I think Maximo's a lot of fun. I've never played it before. It's always been sitting in a hole kind of collecting dust, and I thought the beginning of our Halloween season here would be a good time to give it a shot. It's a good way to kind of ease us into the month. It's not over-the-top gore, but it is creepy. and we found ourselves dropped down into a well, a insect-infested well, might I add. And we have to find our way out. If we can manage to do that, we're going to find ourselves in Gallows Gorge. Now, like I said, I never played this game before. We plan on doing it for the voyage. So I spent the past few days or so getting familiar with it. I played about 20% of the game, and when I saw this level, I thought, okay, this is probably a good time for me to stop playing, and for us to all go in blind together and adventure together and see what lies beyond, see what waits for us within Gallows Gorge. Another reason I decided to pick this game was I happened to go to the Fisher's Renaissance Fair last weekend. I don't know if you've ever been to a Renaissance Fair, but they're very hit or miss. And I think that this one was pretty good. It was really muddy. I always wear sandals, so imagine walking through like a mud-ridden field and nothing but mud. But there was pirate music, there was live pirate music, there was a beer tent, and within there was guys singing, dirty songs, and everyone else was singing them. So it's always good to see a Renaissance Fair done right. I encourage you to get your friends together and go. That's always the best way to encounter one of these. And don't be afraid to get dressed up a little bit. We didn't go off the rails, but Captain Raz, he doesn't go too far without a pirate hat. It's a good time. So yeah. So let's experience a little bit. We'll do a little medieval fun. We've got a sword and a shield. We've got an army of undead to take out. And we have a creepy, creepy world to explore for just a little while. So let's get started. It's Maximo, Army of Zin. The sequel, by the way. There were only 2 Maximo games. The first Maximo, I don't remember what the byline was called. Guts of Glory or something like that. But believe it or not, while these games are extremely cheap, the Maximo games, they're kind of, I don't find them often. This one we happen to find for $1 or $2. That's about the price that I'm going to pay for the original Maximo if I ever do find it. But this is the Maximo we had, so I figured we'd give it a shot. Once again, it's Maximo. Allow me to don the harp of transition. Maximo, Army of Zin. Set right smack dab in the middle of Gallows Gorge. Let's try and find our way out of this well and see what evil lies within. Alright. I'm gonna give you some creepy audio. And there's Maximo. You see we have a shield, we have armor. Oh, I need my phones. Get my phones! Oh yeah, there we go. So you got some pretty good instrumental music. I mean, good production value in these games. That's why I find it so strange that people don't like them. Now I'm going to grab this money, and then we're going to try and climb our way out of the well. You see a lot of similarities between this and Ghosts and Goblins. You got a double jump to deal with, a lot of platforming. Similar kind of stamina system. Oh my god. Whoa! Alright. You're gonna shoot me like that, huh? God, I hope it gets brighter outside. Whew. Alright. Oh. Now, another thing to say here. Another reason this is such a great Halloween game is Maximo has actually made a pact with the Grim Reaper. So in the upper right-hand corner there, you see that skull? I can turn into the Grim Reaper for about 5 seconds and raise some hell. No pun intended if I need to. Upsie daisy. Bring it, Grim! You alright, lady?
Thank you.
Offer yourself to the heavenly host to escape from this dead end. She's kind of creepy herself. Kind of reminds me of, not Bloody Mary. I don't know. It's one of those old wives' tales. Of course. Whoa! Ah! As you can see, now I'm in my underwear. Another parallel to Ghosts and Goblins. Check out that moon, huh? Oh boy. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Who hit me? Ugh! Leave her alone!
Thank you.
Whew. Right. Alright, use the key to escape. So, here we go. Welcome to Gallows Gorge. Uh-oh. Looks like someone had a wheel out. Whoa! Ah! I gotta be super careful. Come on! Oh, whew. Gotta love a nice tanker of meat, huh? I had myself a little IPA at the Ren Fair. Ah! Can barely even see the guy. What a jerk! They had to have ranged attacks. I actually have a ranged attack too. Alright, so here's a skeleton key. Let's use it on this chest, and hopefully there's some armor in here. Yeah, there we go. Back in action. Whoa! Oh, now that... Phew. Jeez. Now, that's a death coin. That's basically a free life. I don't know how to get it, though. I'm not sure it's worth risking. I really want it, but I'm not going to risk it. Dude, these stupid leaves are really creeping me out. Woo! Oh, you're such a jerk. Does the guy ever reload? Ooh. Oh my god, the tall grass. I've got this enchanted shield here. It's actually magnetized. It's magnetized, so it'll bring in gold from distances. And gold is very helpful. You get all kinds of upgrades with it. Whoa! Whoa! Come here, you jerk! I should have seen that coming. Oh, jeez. Oh, sweet, I got another armor upgrade. Stupid highwayman. Is this too dark? You guys should be able to see alright. It's creepy. I mean, it's Halloween. What do you want it to be? Whoa! Oh, no! I'm trying to hit the... Trying to help that guy. No! Oh, he died. You can get all kinds of rewards. Even, this guy looks like he might have been a peddler. Oh, man, I could have bought stuff from him. What a drag. Ah! Oh, he's got an explosive head. So there's two kinds of currency in this. There's gold. You know how gold works, but then there's souls. And souls basically work like coins in Super Mario Brothers. So every time you collect around 100 of them or so, you get basically a free life. Alright, gold armor. Now, in Ghosts and Goblins, if you got the gold armor, it was usually like enchanted. Whoa, that's a mimic. I'm not sure what the gold armor does in this, if anything. But there's a lot. The thing here is there's a lot of replayability in the levels. All this gold that I'm picking up, you know, you can track down peddlers who are carrying all kinds of different weapons and armor. Whoa! And you can obviously only have one set of it equipped at a time. Oh no, did he die? I didn't know there was a fight going on in here. Ah! Shoot. Poor old guy. What a drag. Is this like some sort of windmill? Whoa! Somebody's spitting skulls, okay. I don't think I'm gonna chance that diamond. Or am I? Oh no, I'm not. It looks like there's a safe path right there. Oh! And I've died enough in this game to know that I really need to take these jumps seriously. Because lives are not that easy to come by. And there are no continues in this game. You can save. You run out of lives though, and you're going to find yourself heading back into the other levels trying to farm coins or farm souls. Woo! Where am I headed? Think I can make that? Unbelievable. You notice I just lost my armor because of that? And I'm not even sure where I need to go. There we go. What are we doing on time? We probably should have stopped there. Let's try and get to one more checkpoint. And then we'll hit up this booty segment. You're gonna love it! I don't know what's killing there. You know, I find it fascinating, depending on the booty that I do, some people are like, that was really amazing booty! And then I'll talk to the next person and be like, I really don't identify with that stuff. And then their opinions will switch the next week, so maybe some of you won't be impressed, but this is the kind of booty that old Captain Raz lives for. So I'm very excited to show it off to you. Whoa! I don't know what's down there, but I'm not bothering. Is that the mine we started out in? Oh, looks like I gotta find a key. Alright, well, let's stop here. Looks like a pretty good place to stop. Harper transition, if you will. Take us back, Harper transition. Take us back to the safety and warmth of our fair ship, the gaming Galleon. Which, by the way, you know, people have asked, does the ship, I don't know why I'm going on from this tangent, but people have asked, does the ship have a proper name? It's the gaming Galleon, but, you know, every ship's supposed to have a name. Well, legally, the ship is called the Enterprise. And that's all due to this pal, this guy back here, old Captain Pike. He had the ship before me. We played a little Street Fighter 2 one night over a couple grog. Stakes got high. He put the boat up for bet, and next thing you know, he's losing. And I own the ship. Well, he got a little crazy. He got a little, you know, obviously the grog was flowing. So we put him in the drunk tank and kind of forgot about him. The next thing you know, oops. But, you know, you're right. Every ship does have a name. It's legally binding. You have to have a name for a ship. And there's a deed that we have locked away. And on the deed, the ship is called the Enterprise. I found that to be so cliche that we all just kind of decided not to call it that. We scraped any word or any clue of that off the ship, and to this day, you know, we don't really have a real name for the ship. Now and then, I've noticed myself calling her the old gal. That's the closest she has to a pet name. Maybe Destiny will decide one for us. Who knows? But I don't know why we got on that tangent. I'm sorry. Anyway, let's get to this. This is the chest this week. This is the booty I've been very excited to show you. You know, we spend our time bumming around thrift stores and pawn shops, looking for, just trying to get lucky. The last place we go to, though, are retail stores to get lucky, because retail stores, they know what they have, and for the most part, you're not going to get a deal. That doesn't always, I mean, it's seldom. It happens, but, you know, it's just not going to happen every day. Okay? But this day was very interesting. It was very crazy. I believe this happened last week. Maybe the day of last week's voyage. I usually stop in my favorite retro game store, say hi to my pals in there, dig around at what they got, balk at their prices. You know, again, it's a retail store. It's not their fault. They got to pay the bills. They got to keep the lights on. But as cheap as I am, you know, it's always hard for me to swallow some of the prices they got out there, especially if it's something I really want. But they're not always, they're not always trying to penny pinch. It's not really them. It's just policy. They go by whatever's in the computer. Sometimes they can do good things, based on what they have in the computer. So, long story short, I go up there. I say, hey, how you doing? You guys got anything interesting? Even in a retail store, I will say, do you have anything you haven't put on the floor? And I would advise you to do that too. Don't just go with what they have sitting on the racks, okay? If there's something you're looking for, say, hey, do you have anything in the back that would spark my interest? I like Nintendo, I like Sega, whatever it is, you're into. Communicate that, okay? They want to get rid of this stuff just as much as you may want to find it. And they're like, oh, Captain Raz, how you doing? I'm like, yeah, anything cool come in lately? They're like, no, not there, nothing really. And then one of the girls there says, oh, yeah, well, there are these. And she pulls out So beautiful. She pulls out a whole stack of boxed NES games. Boxed. Many of them complete in box NES games. And as I went down the pile of them, I realized that they were pricing these not by condition, not by completion, but just as they would price a regular, loose, on its own, beat-up cart that just came through the door. And when I saw that, I looked at the whole stack, and I said, I'll take them all. All right, we'll get into price at the end, but let's just appreciate what we have here. The fact that in 2016 we were able to find boxed NES games like this for the prices we found them at is just phenomenal. And we don't have a lot of these. These do not come through the hold very often, okay? Not at all. So let's take a look. Double Dribble. Double Dribble, if you were any fan of the NES, sports games or not, you probably had this sitting around your neighborhood, and you played this with your friends. I certainly did. I think between Blades of Steel and Double Dragon, I'd probably put Blades of Steel over it. But we've certainly played a lot of this one. Double Dribble. And we got this one for $3. $3. You know, the manual's in there. You got the cartridge in there, the sleeve. Not bad at all. All right. That like scream makes my soul scream. Oh God, why did I do that? All right. Not that these are in prime condition or anything, but they're in good condition. You know, get that gray Konami look. Remember that? God, so great. I kept the plastic on these. These were all in plastic. I kept them on so you can see the prices. Do a little tally. Another sports game here. Another basketball game, actually. Tecmo NBA basketball. That one's got like a cool sticker up there. Really nice shape. I have not opened this yet, but I can only assume the manual's in there. This one was $5, a little more, a little harder to find. $5 on basketball. Why the sports games, Raz? Well, Nintendo sports games, I'll play them all day. I'll play them all day. I don't know what to tell you. They're 2 buttons. You know, they're easy to learn, easy to teach. And the graphics, the heart, you know, the time they were made, it's always a good laugh. So I have no problems with Nintendo sports games. Not at all. All right, what do we got next here? Thank God, huh? Because there were a lot of them. Baseball Simulator 1000 1.0 for $3. This is actually a good deal, even if the cart was $3. This is a baseball simulator that every time I see it, they're usually asking around $6 for just the cart. So I was really shocked to find this one, and it's in the same store. So I was really shocked to find them asking $3 on this one. Pretty cool. Haven't opened this one yet. I mean, the manual might be in there. I'm not particularly concerned about it. I'm sure there is, though. Sure it is. Do we have something to open it with? We got a scalpel. You want to open an NES game with me? That sounds exciting, huh? Isn't that going to make your weekend, huh? Look, give Captain Braz, you know, give him his joy, all right? I don't get a lot of this. You don't understand. Imagine if your favorite system, the prices were constantly getting racked up. Yeah, got the manual here. Very nice condition. I like that. These look like they were drawn by like Norman Rockwell or something. Pretty cool. It's even got the little foam filler down there. Awesome. Alright, so that's 3. Up to 3 so far. Tag Team Wrestling. Tag Team Wrestling we got for $3. Awesome artwork. It's made by Daddy East. Daddy East made like Bad Dudes. This is not one of the best wrestling games on the system. Haven't opened this one yet either. This one looks like it's in really nice condition. God, I'm sorry. Is this boring? This has got to be boring. I won't dig into all these. I'll do it myself. It's just look at that picture. Look at that. God, don't you just want to play that? It looks terrible, doesn't it? But really, sit down with a friend Saturday afternoon. Do I have simple tastes? I guess so. All right, what's next? Play action football for $3. This was basically launched with the NES satellite. This was one of the first 4-player games for the Nintendo Entertainment System. These are really common. This has got to be one of the most common games for the library. And I have a feeling it doesn't play very well because if you look at the up here. Looks like they're playing on like a like a diagonal. I don't think I want to play football diagonal like that, but pretty cool that it's 4-player. Let's get one more picture there. NES football. All right. How many is that? 5? Here's a beauty. Commando for $5. It's Capcom great. Destroy the enemy army. Basic arcade game. Very much, just like Ikari Warriors. Only it's 1 player. Can Super Joe and you carry out this reckless, almost impossible mission? I was very unhappy to find that when I opened this one, the manual was not in it, which is a shame because the manuals of this time for Capcom, despite this being a badass army game, the manual itself is bright pink. I just thought that was pretty funny. Alright, but unfortunately we don't have that. Here's another one that when this first came out to Nintendo Power, I was absolutely wowed by the graphics and the variety of gameplay. Track and Field 2, look at all the things you get to do here. I remember judo. I remember looking at judo and being like, dude, that looks like it's almost like having Street Fighter at your own house. So before, obviously, look at that. That was judo. Looks like there's 2 guys sparring there. But you got skeet shooting here. Arm wrestling was a lot of fun because it was just you versus another guy. You each had a controller, and the one guy who could press the A button the fastest wins. So many different events here to play. If you had the passwords, you could play any of the events as many times as you want. A lot of variety here, and for me, this was a particularly nostalgic game because I was so excited about it when it first came out. So I was very happy to find this one. $3. Track and Field 2. A lot of variety there. Sorry, Pike. Baseball. Black box game here. Played quite a bit of this via Animal Crossing. A lot of time spent in Animal Crossing playing baseball. If you didn't know, the first Animal Crossing had NES games you could play. A lot of black box games, including baseball. So that was a good one. Gyromite. Gyromite, the Rob Classic. You need Rob the Robot to play, or do you? Actually, you can play this 2-player. You can have the second player do Rob's part. I've never done that, but I love the fact that you don't really need Rob to play this. So I'd actually give it a shot if somebody wanted to sit down with it sometime. $5 on Gyromite I thought was a little high, but still, at this point, I was just going to go for all of them. I felt like they were too cool for us to not take a look at together. How about this? The original, with no Duck Hunt, mind you, the original Super Mario Brothers for $8, $7.99. That's a pretty good deal, if you ask me. Do you have what it takes to save the princess? And looking in here, you got the 5-screwer, you got the manual, whole shebang right here. All right, pretty awesome. Bill Elliott's NASCAR Challenge. You got a little racing here. Always good to round things out with another genre, especially with all the sports we have here. This looks like a pretty bad racing game, though, to be honest. First-person racing on the NES, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that one. But again, it's It's Konami. You got that beautiful gray casing. So exciting. Really happy about that. And then finally, by Ultra, aka Konami. This thing sucks! Ah! I want to just rip it off. Seriously. Alright. Silent service. Silent service for $3. Playing a submarine here. Man, my color correction's going way off today. I never played much of this. One of my favorite YouTubers, Bithead1000, says he used to play this as a kid. One of the few games he could afford with a paper route. I've never played it myself. It's one player only. You know, you're running a sub. Probably the most action-y game here aside from Commando that we had. Alright, so that's it. 12 games. Are these the best titles? No, but I think that what's important here is just the artwork, the feel of them. You know, to have a little taste of this. These are so hard to come by and so expensive if you're looking for the big titles. And really, you know, I'm more concerned about the experience of opening one of these up. And you can get that experience opening up Silent Service and playing it for an afternoon and futzing with the manual that you can with, say, Mega Man 3. Okay, and you're paying a lot less. Not usually this little, though. We got away with murder, in my opinion. And especially when we added it all up. We had 12 games here, so you had $3. $8 on Mario, so that's 11. 16. 21. 24. 27. 32. 35. 40. 43. 46. 49. So we're looking at $50 on these. Okay? Now, so luckily I got lucky. Got real lucky on this because if you go to this place enough, they have a 20% off every 10 times that you visit. And I just happened to go there on that day. So that brought the price down from $50 to $35. $35 out the door for these 12 games. You know, that's almost like $2 a game. And then maybe like $2.50 or something like that. 12, yeah, you know, somewhere around there. And then, but I sold an extra copy of Super Mario Brothers this week for $15. So that brought it to $20. $20 for these 12 games. That brings it to around $1.70 a game. And then finally today I took all the doubles that were sitting in the hold of all the games we had, because every one of these games we had in the hold already. So I took the stack of the loose ones. I brought them back to the same store. They offered me $12 cash or $15 credit. I took the cash. So if you add the $15 we got back in the Mario and the $12 from the store, that's $27. We walked out of there for $35. So we got all these games for about $8. So that's almost like less than $1 a game. Is how it works out. So pretty incredible. Finding, you know, doing a little hustling, but finding a full Super Mario Brothers for, you know, like 90 cents. How can you say no to that? Double Dribble, Track and Field 2. These for me are classics. These are memories. And to have that memory intact is a really magical thing. Okay? So there you go. Take it what you will. Be impressed or not impressed, but I had an absolute blast finding those. And we'll have an absolute blast sitting back probably this weekend and really digging in to pile games and reliving those memories. And some new ones. Maybe I'll try Silent Service. Who knows? I might like it. Okay, let's get back to Army Zin. He's down underground. He's sitting outside a chest that he can't open up. Who knows what's inside? Maybe we can find a key, a skeleton key, and find out. Okay, another chest to open, another adventure, and we've got another 15. We've got another 10 minutes of Maximo, and then we'll come back and address your questions. Or if you'd like to leave a question live in the mess hall, if you happen to be here live today, please feel free. I'll take a look, see what you got, and we'll answer away, and then we'll wrap up our voyage. But for now, let's have some more fun with Maximo. Army is in for the PlayStation 2. Okay, engaging audio and engaging video. Arming headphones. Arming controller. And we're back in it. So you want a little variety here? I actually have a second weapon, the Hammer of Heroes. Let's give it a shot. Now, usually I'm a real fan of bludgeoning. I like speed and precision in Maximo, though. I think he needs it. I see a diamond there. Let's try and get the diamond. Woo! Okay. Ah! Oh god, bunny rabbits. Get off me, you ankle biter! Ah! Can you believe this? Unbelievable! Get off me! What was that all about? Ah! Alright. Enough with the stupid hammer. Jeez. See why I need speed and precision in this game? That was unbelievable! It's stupid ankle biter! Well, at least we got a key to open that chest. It was back here. Unbelievable. Yeah, oh good, a tanker. Any game where you get a flagon of ale, my kind of power up. Although I don't know what he's drinking. I could see a complaint of this game being the platforming. There are some camera issues here. But it's arcadey. Maximo has a really good heavy swing. I think that it makes up for it. What's up? Oh, this... What a jerk. What a cool setting. Whoa! Having camera issues. Whoa! Whew. Whoa, 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 whoa! You can see, right? Lucky for me, I played enough crappy third-person platformers that a bad camera's no problem. I'm stupid, by the way. I can just magnetize these coins to me. Did I interrupt a jamboree or something? Hey, Rez, why are all the undead monsters clockwork? You know, that's the one thing I kind of think we're missing out on, not playing the original Maximo. I've relatively sure the first one was probably more traditional skeletons. Oh. This one, it being a sequel, I guess they decided these needed to be an invasion of clockwork skeletons. Who is shooting me? This guy sucks. Oh. Yeah, eat it. Oh my gosh. Whoa, 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 no! Oh, that was a combo. Oh my god, we start all the way back here? It's the campsite again. I can't believe the range on this guy over here. Unbelievable. No more Mr. Nice Guy. What's up? Are you guys still there? Because honestly, I forgot. This game is so much fun. I'm not... Raz, you're doing a show, okay? Gotta kind of pay attention to the show. But, you know, there's not much else to say about Maximo. I think it's a creepy adventure that for whatever reason, people still give it problems. You know, Ghosts and Goblins is great, but there's nothing wrong with reinventing a series a little bit, I think. I think that's what they did here. I think they did it well. But there's enough differences between this and Ghosts and Goblins that people don't need to be offended. That Capcom tried to expand on the series, make it a little bit... Let's break out the Grim Reaper for these guys. Where's that? I noticed that's only a few seconds for me. That can be bought up too. So you can decide, you know, do you want to spend on your armor? Do you want to spend on more mystical stuff like that? Is that it? That's it. As you can see, so lots of stuff that we didn't come across. Lots of room for replayability. So let's wrap it up there. As you can see, there's a whole bunch of interesting... I love this setting here. It's really... I just want to show you the map here real quick. You know. Music's not bad. Kind of forgettable. Certainly not in the same level of memorability... enjoyability that the Ghosts and Goblins series is. But, in general, I'd say a game that holds its own. Come on. There we go. Alright. So that's about it. Pretty good game. I would suggest it, especially during this this spooky little season. You can probably pick both of these games up for less than $10. There were only 2 Maximo games ever made. And I'm glad that we checked it out. It's always kind of been sitting on the shelf with the other among all the other PS2 games, kind of like, it's time, Raz, it's time. And I'm glad I finally answered the call. I've had a pretty good time with it. And I recommend it to you, too. Okay, let's check out... I'm going to look over here in the mess hall, see if there's anything worth bringing up. I had a lot of people... Somebody says this game was kind of like a 3D Rastan. See that? See if we have anything else here. Lots of chatting. I'm sorry. Let's see if there's anything I can read here. Somebody was mad that we started late. Yeah, well, you know, it's live. It's a live production. Sometimes we have to get all the ducks in a row here. Maybe I should show up a little earlier. Maybe that's on me. I apologize for that. Oh my God, I remember playing this game when I was a kid. That's from Cody Jarrow. I'm glad you enjoyed it, sir. Is it on the PS4 store? I really doubt it. And he's asking the game's name. Once again, this is Maximo Army of Zin for the PlayStation 2. The sequel to Maximo. Nothing else here, really. Okay. It's hard to do. If there's a lot of writing, I'm sorry. I'm sure this is like putting you to sleep. Let me get you a real question here. We've certainly got time for one. Let's see what we got. All right. Here's one in the bag. This is from you. Once again, thank you very much for taking the time to write this. You can always write it on Twitch during our 24-hour broadcast, and I usually am pretty good about seeing that and dropping it in the bag for you. Or, of course, there's gaminggalleon@gmail.com. Certainly the best way to get a hold of us. This comes from Bike Shop Guru. Now, Bike Shop Guru, I know this guy. I believe he's all the way, and correct me if I'm wrong, I apologize. I believe he's all the way in Scotland. He's certainly in Europe. But Bike Shop Guru, he asks, where do you find the best deals on your older games / systems? The best deals, some people say, and I could probably agree with this, most people say it's garage sales. But I don't do garage sales. And it's not because I can't get up early. I work first shift, so I'm certainly no stranger to getting up early. But my problem with garage sales is the level of competition that comes with it. Everyone thinks that garage sales are the place to get deals. And for the most part, that's true. If you find the right garage sale, if you find the right guy just trying to empty out his place, taking any price, that's where you're going to find a deal. But there's always people who are just cutthroat about this kind of thing. So much so that maybe they're just better at this than I am. So for me, I stick, if I were to say consistently, where do I get the best prices? Franchised pawn shops. Franchised pawn shops, for the most part, they seem like they are going off of prices via a computer, and most of the prices are so outdated that they can kind of make their own decision as to how to get it out the door, and they have so much inventory coming in because they are, well known as they'll buy anything kind of place, that they're going to give you almost any deal they can just to get the stuff out the door. This comes and goes. It really depends. It's different with every shop. I know places that will let you get away with murder. I know places that think video games are absolute gold. So another part of it isn't just knowing the store, what kind of store, it's which stores actually are the ones to go to. You really got to fence these places. You got to build relationships. You got to see how this guy reacts to one item versus this lady. It's a history kind of thing sometimes. Garage sailing really is a crapshoot. But with pawn shops, if you study the geography, you start to learn how to speak the language in each one. And if you're around enough, if you're there at the right times, usually I'm there pretty early, when they're getting a lot of their stuff out at the beginning of the day. And you're nice, above all, nice and courteous, you're probably going to be able to find a deal. So that's what I would say. Franchised pawn shops, mom and pop pawn shops can be tough because they have a lot less inventory, so they have the time to check on eBay for all those prices, and there's no regional manager telling them, or there's no policy telling them where to price. So you could be walking into pretty much an eBay store if it's a private pawn shop. Thrift stores, big gamble, big gamble. I still find cool stuff all the time, but not nearly in the volume that you would want to find. You know, people think are, you know, big lot. They're like, oh, box of stuff. That's not going to happen very often. That's certainly not going to happen at a thrift store. Pretty much never. But now and then you'll find a nice handful of stuff, and I think we've demonstrated that here. So, pawn shops, thrift stores, garage sales if you want to go for it. I don't know. I feel like that's almost a career. Bottom of the barrel, places to avoid the most. I want to say retail video game stores, but that all depends on your knowledge. If you know the market, you can usually find something falling through the cracks. Not much. And that's becoming harder and harder to do as the days go on. So I hope that answered your question, Bike Shop Guru. For me, it's franchise pawn shops. Let me know what you think out there. GamingGalleon@gmail.com. Let's wrap it up. We got just enough time to say goodbye to Gallows Gorge. I hope you had a good time creeping through the insects and the clockwork skeletons and opening up filthy chests, musty old chests, finding legendary treasure. We'll do it again next week. I hope you can join us. And if not, best of luck to you. But until we see each other again, farewell and adieu to ye Spanish maidens. Farewell and adieu, ye ladies of Spain. For we received orders for to sail to Gallows Gorge, and we may never see ye fair ladies again. Keep your powder dry, mateys.